Hi guys, welcome to the first edition of the Aysheawho podcast. I've been working on this for a while. It's something that a few people have asked me what I do, so here it goes. I don't know what my topics are going to be from a video to video basis, whatever pops into my head. I suppose there's a lot of things I sometimes want to rant about, and some things I want to educate people about, and some things I just want to talk shite about. So you never know. It's going to be like one of them lucky bags when you're a kid. You just don't know what crap's going to come out of it. Could be something cool, could be something crap. But anyway, we're going to give it a rattle. So I'm your host. I am Aysheawho, for those of you who don't know. I'm 3 times Ireland's strongest woman in the open category, and I hold a good few records in Ireland across powerlifting and strongwoman, and also internationally, and I have represented Ireland internationally as well. I don't intend to stop anytime soon. I'm currently coming back from injury. I'll chat about that probably in another podcast. But I'm coming back from injury, coming back stronger than ever as far as I'm concerned, and hoping to be competing at World's Strongest Women in November. So watch this space. Hopefully some of the podcasts will cover training and programming and how we're going to get me there, and hopefully how I'm going to do as well as what I want to do. We'll see, but I'm not going to give anything away at the moment. So basically today's podcast, what I want to talk about is female strength athletes, but not what you think I might want to talk about them. Basically over the past 2 weeks I've been very, very lucky to witness some amazing feats of female strength. Literally blown away and gone, oh my god, I've seen the future of female strength. I've seen my future almost, like looking in the mirror of female strength. And there's also been a lot of stuff on the internet of my opinion. People like to post their opinions on stuff. So basically what I'm going to talk about today is in my opinion, the 3 best feats of female strength that I've actually been very lucky to have witnessed and been present to watch over the past 2 weeks. The first 2 feats of strength I have to talk about is WPC Europeans were held in Limerick in the Southport Hotel 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to be competing in that competition, but I'd had to pull out a couple of weeks beforehand due to an ongoing issue with my pelvis. So it meant I hadn't had a decent training session since I'm the strongest woman. I was absolutely devastated. I was so gutted. And I was supposed to lift on the Wednesday, and I was there every day for Europeans with the Cerberus stand. And the Wednesday was the day I was supposed to be lifting, and I was so upset, but so grateful to be able to be there and watch and support the girls who were lifting. So that was on the Wednesday. Anyway, on the following, I think it was the Thursday, I watched, it was the Thursday or the Friday, I can't remember which day it was now. Anyway, the first person who absolutely blew me away was a T3 16-year-old lifter from Spain, Claudia Campino. She weighed in and she competed in the under 67.5 category. This young lady was phenomenal. This young lady squatted 165 kilos, benched 72.5 and deadlifted 165 at 16 years of age, T3. Now she competed Raw Classic, so she wore knee wraps, but I think her best, I had a little creep around on the old Instagram, I think her best bare knee squat was something like 145 kilos. So this girl is phenomenal. It's going to be something else, and I don't actually think she's been lifting that long, so she's definitely one to watch. That's Claudia Campino. If she continues and she has the right guidance, I think this girl is going to be something else as she gets older and progresses. So that was the first one. So 16-year-old. Then we went to the other end of the spectrum, which was a 60-year-old lady called Lolita Zankel, and I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly, but Lolita Zankel, representing Germany. This lady was, again, just absolutely fucking phenomenal. She benched 120 kilos and she deadlifted 180 kilos. And I can't actually get the results. I'm not sure what she squatted, but she did the full power, and then she went on to do the single lifts on the Sunday. And absolutely unbelievable. to watch this woman. She was also competing in the under 67.5 category at 60 years of age. So we had one end of the spectrum. We had a T3, and I think it's Masters 4, Masters. I think it's Masters 3, Masters 4. Must check it out. 60 years of age. It was like looking in a mirror for the future, or not looking in a mirror, but looking into the future and going, that's what I want to be able to achieve when I get to that stage. So that was the first two, and I said that was at AWPC and WPC Worlds in Limerick, and it was absolutely just phenomenal to see. And there was a lot more massive lifts from women, but they were the two that really kind of stood out for me, and that just made me go, do you know what, this is, we're capable of so much, and we really don't give ourselves credit for it as women. And it was great to see that support that the women had for each other as well. So that was a two. The third one then would have to be, and if you're involved in strength and fitness, you have, unless you've been in a fucking bubble since Sunday, you would be aware of Rhiannon Lovelace. You'd be aware of her probably anyway, but even more so of what she achieved on Sunday at the Irish Log Deadlift Championships that was held at Irish Muscle Power. Absolutely phenomenal. I've seen Rhiannon lift obviously on the internet, but it's like a lot of things. You know what that weight is in the bar, especially if you lift heavy weights. You know that's heavy. You know what it takes to be able to lift that and the training that's put into it. But it never clicks. It doesn't always click when you're watching it until you're actually there in real life and you physically see Rhiannon standing in front of you, and realise how small she actually is. And she went out there, and for those of you who don't know, Rhiannon weighed in at 65 kilos. She pulled a 260 kilo deadlift. 260 kilos. Let that sink in for a minute. Absolutely fucking unreal. Her back didn't bend. There wasn't a flex in that girl's back. It was like a fucking rod. It was like looking at my own back that is stiffened from years of ridiculousness and age and lifting. She was absolutely brilliant, blew it away, and was very, very deserving of what she achieved. And like we said, we know how much hard work goes into being at this high caliber of an athlete. But to be able to do that at 65 kilos is fucking phenomenal. I know there's been a lot of bullshit and shit comments going on the internet, and do you know what? The trolls are always going to be there. The haters are always going to be there. The people who don't want to put the time and effort into training are always going to be there. And they're always going to find excuses, and they're always going to say it's because she's this and because of that and because of the other. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You have to fucking train really, really hard. And, you have to train really hard, but to have the psychological mindset to go out there and actually be able to pull that, knowing that you weigh 65 kilos, that weighs 260 kilos, and everyone is watching you. It's not in the gym. You just haven't got your crew around you, or you're on your own with your headphones in. You're in the middle of this environment. You feed off that audience. I know that helps, but sometimes it can be very daunting for people, and it can be a make or break on whether you're going to make that pull. But it was. So, in my opinion, because I know that the in my opinion thing really makes a difference, but in my opinion, Claudia Campino, Lolita Zankel, and Rhiannon Lovelace were the three most impressive female lifts I've seen in the past 3 weeks, and I'm so honoured to have actually been present to witness these great lifts. And I just hope it continues. I hope that other women see that and they're driven on by it, and they take the bull by the horns and they try to get stronger. So anyway, that's pretty much a short podcast. It's I don't even know if you fucking call this a podcast, but it's the Aysheawho podcast. I'm going to put a few more out. If you like them, give them a watch, pass them on, tell your friends. I'm hoping to get a few people on to get interviewed and to get some more information out there and hopefully entertain you a little bit more than just me talking to my phone. I was hoping to have a camera and a film crew, but no one knows who I am. And I don't actually exist. So maybe you can tell people about me, but I don't think they know who I am. Shh. Peace out.